I am live. Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to my second live stream. This is really fun. This is another platform that I'm just now being introduced to by Andrew Ho over here. And this is really amazing. I'm just watching all of the chats come in or the comments come in. And this is really cool. Everybody's saying hello, Veritaskit. Aha. Hello, Crab Gaming. Hey, nice to see you. Hello, Andrew. Somebody says Veritaskit. You know, do you know him? Probably.
I think so. I think I've been to all the streams, so I don't know you.
Okay, yeah. So Andrew's been helping out the whole cast of TF2, and it's been a pleasure to sort of work with him and get going on this. Again, this is all new territory for me. I think, as I said in my last live stream, I've just been blown away once I found out how intensely passionate the TF2 fan base is, and it's just still blowing me away. I had no idea when I was standing in that sound studio that these characters would become beloved characters. Very happy to see it. Hello, Gary. It's Jaden Lane. Nice to see you. Dr. Putis. Hello. I'm understanding now Putis. So maybe I drop a few sandwiches your way. Anyway, also this is being hosted by Streamily. So we've just been overwhelmed by the response that Streamily has given us, this amazing platform, and all of the autographs that were been signed here. The huge demand for autographs, just overwhelming. But this is really a cool way to virtually do this. It's just like sitting at a table at a Comic-Con and saying hi and greeting the fans, except not in person. So it's a little bit more sterile, which means less COVID exposure, I would imagine, but cool. Anyway, what should we do here? Just be signing some autographs and or asking some questions? Anybody have questions here? Looking around. Everybody's just excited to be here, as am I. And what are these? Let me just watch me try to get a little.
It's not going to change much since it's just you. But
so it's just me. Oh, so this is if there were several people in the stream,
yep.
You could just change the views, etc.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just getting used to this new platform, StreamYard. My favorite sandwich combination. For real? Like real food? I'm a big BLT lover. BLT is the utmost sandwich. I don't know if you ever watched the Stephen Colbert questionnaire. One of the very first questions he asks every celebrity is, what is your favorite sandwich? And I would have to say my favorite sandwich is a BLT, followed very closely by a Reuben sandwich. My TF2 item for heavy. Well, I just must say, it's my gun. Who does not love Sasha? Oh, my big gun. Love Sasha. Anyway, it's just, again, a real pleasure. My week. Piss. What's a Reuben sandwich? My week. Well, first of all, my week's been excellent, I got to say. We got a new puppy a couple of months back, and we went down looking for a new puppy. We went down to Portland, Oregon to check out a new puppy, but unfortunately he had behavior issues. So we just hung out in Portland with friends and then came back. A Reuben sandwich is on rye bread. It is pastrami, sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and Swiss cheese, grilled. Beautiful sandwich. You have to go to a good deli to get a good Reuben, and you've got to get good pastrami or corned beef. Say Heavy Gaming and in Heavy's voice, Heavy Gaming! There you are! Ha ha! You ever expect to be the voice of such a huge Russian man who loves sandwiches in your career? Very funny you say that. I've done Russian as one of my best accents for quite a long time. I was involved in what was called a loop group back in Hollywood, and looping is, or what they say in on the credits, it doesn't say looping. What it says is additional dialogue replacement, or ADR. And I got to work on a movie called The Russia House that starred Sean Connery, I think, way back in the 80s. Must have been the 80s. And what looping is for the most part is whenever they film a movie, they film the main actors doing their dialogue, and their dialogue is recorded. But if they're in a scene that has extras or background people, or what they call atmosphere, all of those people are literally asked to just simply be quiet. And even in a restaurant, not to rattle your cups or do any of that stuff. That's all put in later. And so they have to act like they're talking to each other, but not be recorded on the main audio track. So you'll see people in the background just going. And then what they do after the movie's all cut together the way the director wants it to, is they bring in a bunch of improvising actors who they take the sound out of the movie, and we watch the background people. And we usually have these little laser pointers, and I'll say, I'll take that guy talking to that woman there. And you look at the foot counter, and he says he's having a conversation from 1,200 to 1,570 feet. Who's with me? And then another girl will say, I'll be with you. And then we get together and we record that little conversation. And then they mix that way into the background. So when the movie's all put together and the sound is mixed properly, it sounds like they're at a restaurant. They also put in all of the knives and forks and all of that. That's called Foley. So, God, I did that for 17 years or 16 years down in LA. Worked on a lot of fantastic films. Sometimes I did have to replace a voice or two, which is great fun. So a little bit of trivia if you want to know something. If you watch the movie Star Trek Generations, there's a scene where the freighter Loch at the beginning is sending out a distress signal, over the radio, this is the space freighter Loch. We are under attack, and you will hear very clearly that I'm the distress call, things like that. Or on the movie Batman Returns, when after Christopher Walken pushes Michelle Pfeiffer out of the window, she comes back all discombobulated, and she hits her answering machine, and there are several voices on the answering machine, one from her mother and one from someone else. And I play her boyfriend, who, on the advice of his therapist, says they should break up. So I used to go around saying that I broke up with Michelle Pfeiffer. That was pretty cool. But every once in a while, you can actually hear, me clearly in the background. But mostly, we're just doing what they call walla, 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 peas and carrots, peas and carrots. It just sounds like a murmur, but it's actually recorded dialogue that has to be germane to the scene that it's in. So, like on Star Trek, we had to know all parts of the ship because we were medical technicians, we were navigational extras. If it's on the bridge, we're doing navigation and stuff like that, and we had to know what they termed Star Trek technobabble. And I would know my side linking arrays and my redundant scans and all of that stuff. And then we'd be watching the screen, and every time that the ship would be hit by a laser, for example, we'd have to make that happen in our voice. So it's a great fun job. Perfect for an improviser who likes to play with a lot of different voices.
It's funny. Dennis had his own little celebrity story. I
Yeah.
think he was an extra in, what was it, Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta.
He was an actual physical extra in Saturday Night Fever. Wow.
It's a longer story. You have to watch the stream.
I have to watch his stream for that. Yeah. Oh no. Well, I started out doing extra work too. You know, how do you? That's the first question I would get from actors who want to, or would-be actors who would want to. How do you break into show business? You know, and I would tell everybody. I said, if there's one way, it would have been written down and sold to thousands of people. Everybody, what I like to do is always ask, you know, how did you get your union card? How did you get in? Somebody said, hello, Gary, just want to tell you that Heavy is my favorite character. One of mine too, Simone. Yes, I did act in the live Mario. That was back in the 80s. There was a Mario Brothers Super Show, which was a live action show about the Super Mario Brothers that was produced by Deke Enterprises, who concurrently was producing another show that I was starring in called Zoobly Zoo, where I play Bravo Fox, the owner of a theater. And on some of my off days, they would ask me to go over to the Mario Brothers set to play different characters. And I think I played all 4 different characters. We would shoot them in an afternoon. They were just fun little things. Let's see. They just keep going missing. Those mirrors are haunted, I tell you. I'll tell you, they just kept going missing. Those mirrors are haunted, I tell you. Heavy and Demo are no doubt my favorite characters. Well, mine too. Finite Infinity and Beyond. You love the Mario Brothers show, Danielle? Is that what you're saying? Or Zoobly Zoo? Because Zoobly Zoo was a fantastic show, and I'm going to try to see if we can get the cast of Zoobly Zoo to hook up with Streamily, because we have not as rabid a fan base as this fan base, but and an older fan base too, because that show was from the 90s. And this show, at least, was in this century. My goodness. Putis. That's right. Putis is a meme. I didn't know what Putis was. And I think I was doing a live interview and somebody asked me about Putis and I had no clue what it was, because I don't play the game. But you know, going onto the TF2 wiki, I find a lot of information there. And so, yeah, Putis. Now I know. Would I consider doing signings? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, once we get through this gigantic wash of, we just got a tsunami of autograph requests, and it literally has blown me away. But yeah, once we get all caught up, definitely we'll do this again. This is a blast. Furious 445. What do I think of French people? Some of my favorite people are French people. I was in a movie, Quest for Fire, and I was directed by the fabulous not Marcel Marceau, Jean-Jacques Hano, a wonderful director. Directed Quest for Fire, 7 Years in Tibet, The Lover, The Bear, an amazing movie, The Bear. Has anyone seen The Bear? There's no dialogue in it whatsoever. It literally follows a little baby cub whose mother is killed, and follows the baby cub being adopted by a gigantic bear. And it's an amazing story told completely visually. Jean-Jacques is an amazing filmmaker, incredible filmmaker. Never does the same kind of movie twice. And that's the mark of an amazing filmmaker, I think. Yeah. Also, but I did get to work with a lot of French actors and a lot of French Canadian actors, as well as the 4 or 5 Americans that were in the film. Were you the werewolf in Tales of the Crypt? No, I was not the werewolf in Tales of the Crypt. Maybe I've done Tales from the Crypt, looping it, and I might have been an animal or two. As a matter of fact, one of my specialities as a looper was doing animal sounds. David Lynch was doing a TV pilot that did not go. It was about 1950s television. And it was about a TV studio where they were doing a live action commercial for dog food. And the villain of the piece, I guess, put some poison in the dog food. And on live television, David Lynch has this little dachshund retch and vomit and then die. And they looked to the loop group and they said, all right, who can do a retching dachshund? And I got the job. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, but also, yeah, you can also visit my YouTube channel, which is Gary Schwartz's Improv Odyssey. If you want to see clips from, I think the Mario Brothers is there. My partner and I was part of a comedy team called Schwartz and Chung for many years in Los Angeles, and we were a comedy team, and we got to do a lot of very interesting bits on television. One of them was we were regular content providers for America's Funniest People way back when. And we came up with a concept called Cool Ways to Scare Your Mom. And what we would do is we would show kids like little sight gags to scare their mom. Like, pull off your thumb, just very simple, ridiculously, or cut a little hole in a paper plate and put your finger in it and then cover it with ketchup and say you cut off your finger, or dead finger in a box. And then what we would do is we would teach the kids how to do that. And then Caleb would say, come on, let's go scare my mom. And of course I played the mom. And then Caleb, who was a great special effects artist, built all of these homemade special effects where he would have my head explode, or if I had a wig that was all in curlers, I would scream when he would show me something and my curlers would all shoot out like snakes. We did about 9 or 10 of them on America's Funniest People, and they're all online. You can have a look at them if you want. By the way, interesting little bit of note of trivia is my partner Caleb Chung of the comedy team Schwartz and Chung is the inventor of the Furby, and he's doing pretty well. Do you think you could be friend of Heavy if he were real? I kind of think so, although I'm not as predisposed to violence as the Heavy, but I think the Heavy has what they call a Russian soul, and the Russians, are very similar in that way to the Jews, in that suffering literally is part of their DNA. They've been under so many terrible regimes, including the current one, but Stalin and Lenin and Ivan the Terrible, and serfdom, and wow, goes way back. So the Russian peasants, and I would be a Russian peasant, not a Russian aristocrat, because the Russian aristocrats are literally the Russian mafia today.
He's a good family man, but I don't think he has family. No time. Too much to do.
Yeah, the Russians. There's a great movie called Moscow on the Hudson, starring Robin Williams, about a Russian circus musician who defects in the United States. And this was during the period of Glasnost. Glasnost was that period between the fall of the Soviet Empire and before before Putin. There was a time there when Russia wanted to join the Western world with a leader like Mikhail Gorbachev. And there was a lot of friendly exchange between the U.S. and what glasnost means is, I think it means like a détente, like a cooling down of animosity. So that's, and I knew a lot of the actors, Ilya Barkin and various people like that, who were in Moscow on the Hudson, because we would also loop together. Whenever they had a Russian movie, they were the original Russian speakers. I speak no Russian, but they all told me my accent was the best accent.
Did you want to start signing?
Yeah, let me sign a couple of things here. Let's see. Let me do, we've got so many heavies backups because we ran out of photographs. So this is number 235. And this is to nobody. It says make it out to nobody. But hello, could you please write my favorite heavy voice line?
Now I am king of team.
And could you also write Putis somewhere on the poster?
Of course. Now I am king of team. Putis. Gary Schwartz.
What's nice is, my background is Eastern European. My family is from Romania and Bessarabia, and that's in the southern area of Poland, very close to Ukraine. So let me see that. So I'll have to hit complete there. Okay. Quiz, please write you are dead.
Not surprise. Not big surprise, Putis man.
So this is the quiz. This is number 236. Quiz. Let me see here. How's my pen holding out? Yeah. Let me try the black paint. Oh, here, let me get a fresh. To quiz.
You are not dead. Ha.
Oh, you are dead. Ha. You are dead.
Not big surprise. Ha. And then you want me to make sandwich. Of course.
Love making sandwich.
Nom 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 nom.
There we go. This is good. We've got to knock these numbers down here. This is so much work. Oh, thank you. Is that all primed and everything ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, Jason Bailey. Also include on my online name, Mr. Maniac, in the autograph. Ah, okay. To Jason, Mr. Maniac. Man after my own heart. Yeah, these paint ones really do a nice job.
Yeah, they hold out for a while.
Yeah, they really they pop, but they just don't last as long as a Sharpie. Okay, click complete. Okay, number 250. This is just simply a signature. Make it out to nobody. Okay, so it's just my name. This one's probably for resale then. Sometimes, hey,
Black market, okay with me.
that's 281. Thank you. To Joe
True question you might.
Lee.
Is it true that the nom 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 sound was you eating Reese's cups?
Was me eating Reese's cups?
No.
No. Nom. It's all just in the mouth. If you put stuff in your mouth, then whatever goes into the back of your throat comes out in the next line. You don't really eat stuff in order to do that kind of stuff, or at least I don't. Although, again, when I was looping and I had to drown, I did ask for a little glass of water for sputtering. So those are some of the tricks of the trade. No, I just make the sounds on my own. Oh yeah, red would work, wouldn't it? Where's the cap for this? I'll put. I just want to keep them moist. I have yet to meet one that can outsmart the bullet. Da. You are very wise, Simon. Let's see. The sandwiches are going to end world hunger.
Wouldn't that be good? I would vote for that. Heal everybody. Make everybody no more hunger. Oh, world would be much better. Heavy would be out of job, but I do something else.
Let's see. Kobe J. Did I number that? No, that is 282. Okay.
Sandwich makes me strong.
This is fun. Sandwich 2024. Yes, I vote for Sandwich 2024. You have it. There you have it, Sir Ben. Ah. Some people say they can outsmart me. Maybe. I yet to meet someone who can outsmart bullet. All righty, let's see. Rocket jump. Have I been to many signings before? Actually, not that many. Again, I only woke up to the fact that Heavy and Demoman and TF2 were such popular games several years back. And it was only because people were actually sending me, they were locating me on the internet and asking me, individually. And then once I found out, it was fun to watch people's reactions. I'm here at my local grocery store, and I would do the heavy voice, and these kids would their eyes would just get like huge, and I go, "Yeah, I'm really him." As a matter of fact, I was teaching an improv workshop, a summer workshop for kids last summer, and they were all, kids can be very squirrely, and there were 19 kids, and the minute I did the heavy voice, they were all there in front of me, like looking at me. And so I said something. Oh, some kid was like videoing me, and I go, "Are you videotaping this?" And he goes, "Yeah." "Turn it off." And he put that up on his feed somewhere, and he showed me he got like 17,000 hits in a day. The blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Patrick, cry some more, Patrick. That's my favorite line. Cry some more. Ha ha. That is number 290. I'm crying some more, please, Heavy. You are crying more? Grimsdal, ha ha. Cry, little man, ha. How the burning you feel. It is shame. Shame is something the Republicans should have more of. Marcos Lopez Fernandez. Hola. $318.
Gotta be careful about like flipping them over.
Ooh, yeah. So it takes a minute for this to dry, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me like. I'll help you a little bit. 3 numbers along.
So far. Okay. We're good so far. No smudges yet.
Yeah.
Let me try. Let's go back to the Sharpie for a minute. You know what? I'll do the Sharpies on the back.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's the best thing. Okay, Jamie Kerr, min 26. You are 321. For best heavy main.
follows you.
Oh, my camera follows me around. Yeah, this is called an OBSbot. It's got AI tracking, so it's like having your own little cameraman right here. Great little camera if you want to get a camera like that. I do it because I teach improv online, and sometimes I have to walk around and do some demonstrations and things like that. So it's great fun to have. Oh, we're almost, this is the last VIP order. Look at this. To Andrew, number 326. My birthday is coming up May 12th.
Andrew, if you are here, my birthday is not anywhere near your birthday, but my sister's birthday is the 13th. So happy birthday to you, Andrew. Happy birthday, Andrew. It is good day not to be dead.
I do that one in red. There you are. We have just completed all of the VIPs. Phew! So let's go back to talking to this people here for a little bit. What is your favorite alcohol? I must tell you, it is not vodka.
Heavy does not drink vodka. Vodka means little water. Voda, water. Voda, little water. I drink beer. Heavy like a good heavy beer. And of course, Demo likes his scrumpy, and so do I.
Quees, greetings from Holland. Holland, a place I would love to visit someday. I've been to Finland and Finland and Norway, Sweden too, but the Netherlands would be wonderful. Holland would be lovely. Which voice do you like more, heavy or demos? I love them both.
Heavy is fun.
And most people think, it kills your throat. For some reason, it doesn't hurt my throat. And of course, everything hurts your throat if you're going to die and do a death scream. But beyond that,
heavy is very easy to do. I guess my voice loves to go down there. But I also like doing this voice too, because it's great fun and your mind thinks differently when you're talking from your nose and up in your upper face. So two different psychologies, down here and up here.
Oh my goodness. Scottish accents are fun.
Aye, that they are, lad. That they are.
I've got a great Scottish joke you want to hear.
Old Robert Ramsay, a stubborn old Scottish man. His children lived in Canada and they were pleading with him, come and visit us in Canada. We live in Vancouver, a beautiful place. Nay, never leaving Scotland. Finally, they get him to go. So he flies over, gets on a train in Montreal, takes it across the country to this great, huge expanse that's Canada. Never been out of Scotland in his entire life. And he's sitting there on the train and he looks out the window and he sees this great, huge, hairy beastie with great, huge, hairy mighty antlers. And he'd never seen a beast like this in his life. And he turns to the conductor and he says, "Good God Almighty, man, what manner of beastie is that?" The conductor looks out the window and he says, "Oh, sir, that's a moose." He goes, "That's a moose? Oh, I'd hate to see a rat."
Is it true Heavy has PhD in Russian literature? The only evidence from a non-canon game? What? But I want to know what you thought. My personal opinion? Da. Yes. Tolstoy, Dostoevsky. Good writers. One of my favorite writers, Ilfin Petrov. Ilfin Petrov wrote a book called The 12 Chairs. Very funny book. The only satire book ever allowed in print in Russia before the takeover of the Russian communists. This was during the Bolshevik Revolution. Read it if you get a chance. So have I proved that Heavy knows Russian literature? Okay. Does Heavy like Scrumpy?
Heavy loves Scrumpy. We would be drinking buddies. Yeah, see?
The 12 Chairs, also a movie made by Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks, also a lover of Russian literature and one of my comedy heroes. I looped on one of his movies, a movie called Life Stinks. So yeah, if you go to my IMDb page, you'll see a lot of the movies I've looped. As a matter of fact, I've looped over 600 and they're not all there because you only get a film credit if your name is in the credits. But the loop group itself, Barbara Harris's loop group, the loop group it's called, or you'll sometimes just see her name, Barbara Harris. That was the leader of our loop group. Can you sing Happy Birthday? Space David?
Space David, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Space David. Happy birthday, etc., etc., etc. Ha ha.
Can you say Heavy quote in Russian language only? No. I know only a couple words in Russian.
Давай! Which means, let's go! Come on!
Oh, до свидания, товарищ. Спасибо. Let's see. Happy birthday, Space David.
Simon is credit to team. Huh. There you are. You are credit to team. Don't be little crybaby, man.
Neither voice is taxing on my voice. Like I said, until you get to the death yells and the screams, which they've now figured out in recording land to save those to the end. And then I think the union has allowed us now an extra bump in pay for those because they do ruin you. You can't go on auditions the next day with a voice that's in good shape. So that's kind of like hazard pay. And although I must say, I teach improvisation, and one of my students, I've been teaching online for the last 2 years during COVID, and one of my students is she has a company called The Art of Screaming, and she is a voice teacher that teaches rock stars, rock musicians, to scream without hurting their voices. And her clients are like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, and she's had some amazing clients. But she's also a very lovely actress, and we're having a great time in my improv workshop. Andrew, you got a nice tattoo on your left arm. What is it?
It's from an old game called BattleTech.
BattleTech.
Uh,
BattleTech.
long story.
Oh my God! The very first video game I did was it was actually called oh my goodness, I've now forgotten the name of it. But one of the early ones I did way back in the 1990s was a live action video game called The Jungle Book, where I played Colonel Ilgwom. That's the first time I used my Scottish accent. And it's very interesting because I was live action and I actually had to work with like a chimpanzee, and we had a real orangutan on the set and little baby tigers. And it was the Jungle Book, you know, the Rudyard Kipling Jungle Book. And it was part live action and part movie. And it was like a puzzle you would solve. Early video games were first of all text games, and then they went to like video games, but they were literally puzzles that you had to solve in order to get to the next level of the game. So Colonel Ilgwom we were looking for the lost city and Monkey Village and stuff like that. When I went on the audition for the thing, it said he has what does it says? Oh, he has the he has the bravery of a Sean Connery and the compassion of a Gandhi. And so I came in and he goes, yeah, I mean, that was literally the description of the character. So I said, well, I have the compassion of a Sean Connery and the bravery of a Gandhi. Would that work? Did you ever drink alcohol while doing? No, absolutely not. You don't drink alcohol and act at the same time. Some actors get away with it. Not me. Hey, Gary, could you read this in Heavy's voice?
Aliso is not baby. Ha ha! Not baby. Give me a break. Zombers is credit to team. Hey, Zombers!
If Heavy's gun costs $400,000 for firing for 12 seconds, how is he has not gone bankrupt in 15 years?
I have big oligarch friend with lots of money. His first name begins with V, and his last name begins with P. Vladimir Putin, you say?
The voice actor from Rick and Morty had to get drunk to fit the character. You know, that's interesting. Yeah, I heard an interesting story that John Travolta in Pulp Fiction did not want to experience heroin, even though he was supposed to be a heroin addict. But he got like super drunk on alcohol in order to have that heroin feel. That's what he said. But again, I wouldn't do it.
A screaming potato. Dog.
Vladimir Putin. How are you able to do drunk demo voices, though? Oh, that's just fun to do. Playing drunk is one of the funnest things to do. It's just a mindset. You get in there and your brain just kind of whooshes around and you come up with great funny things. I remember when they asked me to do this sequence where I had to like just ramble off a whole lot of swearing. And then they said that they would just bleep it. And I was drunk as Demoman. And I just swore my head off. And it was really a lot of fun. Like I always say, you know, I said, if you can get the guys behind the glass booth who are at the controls and the mixers and the engineers to laugh, you know, you've done a good job. Playing drunk is way more fun than being drunk, and you can do it for a lot longer. Can you say Demoman's voice? You are not so fast to run of my booms.
You are not so fast to run off my booms. I don't know what that means, but I said it for you anyway. Are you happy now?
You're a black Scottish Cyclops, Simon?
I'm a black Scottish Cyclops.
What's this about the Loch Ness?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. What is this?
Oh,
you're following along?
yeah, kind of. Yeah, in Demoman, Meet the Demoman. You know, he's.
Do I say something about Loch Ness and Meet the
Well,
Devil?
it's the part where they bleep out. I don't know.
I don't remember that. Demoman tried to kill the Loch Ness monster. Oh.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, sure, I tried. Have you seen him recently? No.
Do I believe the Loch Ness monster exists?
Well, that's a good question. I love the mythology around it.
Actually, when I went to Scotland, we didn't go to Loch Ness, but we went to Loch Lomond. Anyone hear of Loch Lomond? By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny shore. On the banks, on the of Loch Lomond, ye take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye.
Yeah, he went that one.
The zombies.
The zombies are attacking Red Lobster. Hurry, go and fight.
They've got more, what's this? More fucking sea monsters in the Great Loch Ness, in the Great Loch at Ness than what?
Than they've got by the likes of me. Hey, that's true. That's true. I've just got me bottle of Scrampy here. Me and my bottle, we're the best of friends.
Let's see, should we start signing some of the normal orders here?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. James, do your best, draw your best sandwich and write you did well.
Easy to do, James.
James. James is the lead character in a book I wrote called The King of Average. Here's a commercial for you. I wrote a fantasy book called The King of Average. It's a great romp through a fantasy world called The Realm of Possibilities. I don't know if John hawks his books.
He does.
He does. Well, there you go. If JPL can hawk his book, Dancing with Eternity, I can hawk mine. The King of Average, which won several children's literature awards. It was written for middle school age kids, but I wrote it on an adult level as well because it's a book to be read out loud sometimes. And also I did the audio book of it, and there's something like 30 characters in the book, and I voice all of them. So it's a great fun read if you're an adult or you're a kid. And it makes a great gift if you know a 14 or 15-year-old kid. So there you go. And it's on Amazon, The King of Average. James, oops, wait. Come on, James. There we go. Had to get the pen primed.
Yeah, if it stops like then I just mash it down a little bit on something.
Yeah.
You did well, my boy.
And then my sandwich. And that number is 219. I'll start another pile for the other group here. There we go. And click that complete. Here we are to mark number 221. Okay, good. Will you ever try TF? You know what? I tried TF2. I have a good friend, Jack Brothers, who is a whiz at it. He started the game when he was 14. Now he's like 21. And he was just making me do all sorts of stuff. And then he says, all right, now, move off this platform. And all keyboard shortcuts he was using. And I tried, man, but I just don't have the fingers.
Oh, could you click on new comments? Kind of like.
Oh, new comments. Yeah, sure. Hold on. Here we go.
Cool. There we go. Got it.
Heavy is called Misha in the comics. Misha, that's a nice name. Short for Mikhail. Tavish Finnegan the Groot. That's my name. I like Demo better. Tell you the truth. Some of the favorite voice acting parts I've ever played. Well, I love doing Bravo Fox from Zoobly Zoo. Bravo Fox sounded like the great vaudevillian actor Ed Wynn, and you probably don't remember Ed Wynn, but you'll recognize the voice because he sounded like this. You see, my goodness! What if you watch Mary Poppins? That he was in Mary Poppins. He was also quite a famous actor in his own right, famous comedian, Broadway star, vaudeville. All the way through from 1917 to the 1972, he was a star, and I love doing that voice. What's Mike? I don't know the current situation of the game. I know that it's been out on the market for quite a long time. Many other games have come after it, but TF2 continues, I guess, to still be played quite a lot around the world. Am I right?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Absolutely. So I don't know other than that, it would be nice to see a live action movie of it. Would The Rock play me?
The Rock?
The Rock?
I don't know if it fits, but yeah, whatever.
Not sure. I wouldn't mind. I could do it if you had the right prosthetics. Or CGI. It's actually one of the most played games. Yeah. Amazing to me. And very happy that it is. Over the years that we recorded, and I think we recorded for 6 or 7 years, as they kept adding modules to the game. They kept bringing us back in for various things, and they would always just, you'd hand you a stack of lines like this, but I would always ask the directors, please put this in context. What's going on here, so that I'd know. And they would tell me some of the most amazing situations that we were in.
Like the Halloween events?
Oh, the Halloween event, yeah, and the conga line, and having me make up Russian song that has never been sung before because they didn't want to pay royalties on a real song.
Yeah.
So I had to improvise. It was half the Volga Boatman and something else. That was a hard one. Do I smoke massive amounts of stanky dank? Not since I was in my 30s, man. Misha, can you say some Russian words? What? They come back.
Babushka.
Zdravruti. I don't know that one.
Horisho.
That's one of my favorite words. Of course, you get that from Clockwork Orange, where they mashed that word into an English word called horror show. Real horror show. Horror show. Local hooligan, thank you very much. Oh, I see Russian here. Bad guy in Russian. I wish I knew that Cyrillic language. Otherwise, and I can't hit translate, can I?
No, there's no translate here. Wait,
Sorry. I'm not what somebody said. I'm not anymore a demolition man. I'm a huge claymore wielding maniac. Mr. Oti. What would be the dying words of Demo or Heavy?
Ah!
Probably. Oh, yeah. Do I still have contacts on the TF team? Can I what? Give us an update on the what?
don't worry about it.
Okay. Anna, is that Anna in Cyrillic?
I think so, maybe. Don't know.
Wow.
And that's all like voice requests.
Ah, my goofy sandwich.
But it was off stream. Could you please say,
No cry. Oh, there's no crying in baseball.
who wanted me to say that? Handman toot.
There.
That's a great Tom Hanks line.
There's no crying in baseball.
What's your favorite beverage? I'm currently very much enjoying a local beer here in the Northwest called African Amber, Mac and Jack's African Amber. It's a nice, big, rich, unfiltered amber beer.
Good choice.
You like that one too?
Definitely.
Yeah, Mac and Jack's. Excellent. Have you ever tried any of the other TF2 characters' accents? You know what? I will tell you the truth. A master of accents that are not in my speciality is John Patrick Lowry's. He can do not only Australian, but he can do South African. And that is a very tough accent to master, South African accent. So he is good on that, man. Plus, he's also a brilliant Sherlock Holmes. He and a friend of his are doing lots of old-time radio dramas that were part of what was called Imagination Theater. And they bring me in occasionally to do various voices on, a lot of different radio dramas that they do. And it's great fun working with John and Dennis Bateman on those radio dramas too. Brilliant actors I got myself tangled up with. I don't know how it happened. It's the cartoony style. Yeah. Well, I tell people when they ask me, what can I do as a voice actor to get into voice acting? I say, well, first of all, you've got to kind of know your niche and know what your voice is capable of doing, and then market yourself as that kind of a voice. Where's the cap for this? I want this to dry out. There it is. And So I've known since I was a kid because I used to watch cartoons, and Mel Blanc was my hero, my idol. And I just wanted to be a cartoon voice actor like Mel Blanc. And I would imitate all of the famous cartoons of my era growing up, from Top Cat to Rocky and Bullwinkle. I idolized Rocky and Bullwinkle, not only for the voice work, but just for the satire and writing. As a matter of fact, my book, The King of Average, is written on that satiric level as well. So it plays as a children's cartoon, but it also plays as a political satire. If you ever watch the old 1960s Rocky and Bullwinkles, it's amazing. It was a great commentary on the Cold War. Yet it was just also full of great puns. And I've always loved that. And then, of course, my favorite childhood book was called The Phantom Toll Booth, a book called The Phantom Toll Booth, written by Norton Juster. And it was a children's fantasy. And my book is an homage to that book, where Milo goes into the lands beyond. My character, James, goes into the realm of possibilities. And it's a lot of wordplay. So, yeah, The Phantom Toll Booth. Abraham, then if you love The Phantom Toll Booth, you would absolutely love my book. And I actually got to speak to Norton Juster because I wanted to turn his book into a stage version. But he turned me down because there's already a stage version, but not a good one, I don't think, which is why I wanted to redo it. Mel Blanc was the most talented voice actor ever to ever live. Although I think Welker and some of these new guys, and of course, one of my dear friends, Dan Castellaneta, well, I wouldn't call him a dear friend anymore, but we were in the same improv troupe for about 10 years. And Dan's an absolutely brilliant improviser, and, the voice of Homer Simpson and a gazillion of other voices. Can you say one last line? I was in heavy voice. What's this? Who's this now? Dinnerware?
I was stuck in liminal space for a long time, scarier than Gulag. True. Liminal space. Holy crow.
Ben Schwartz, Sonic the Hedgehog, brilliant.
I'd watch it.
I haven't watched it, but Ben Schwartz is an astonishing improviser. Let's do a couple more before we call it a day here. What do you say? Mark, I'm going to write one to. Did I do Mark? Mark, I did Mark. I didn't click him off here. Okay. Is that 221? Yep. Luna. To Luna. With my lovely little sandwich here. And that's 224. Okay, we still have quite a lot to go, and then of course the cast pictures. How are we doing on the cast pictures?
Well, I dropped. John and Ellen signed a bunch of them. I think like 200 or 300. Then I got those to Dennis.
So they have to make the rounds. That's why I was hoping that we'd all have like a signing party and all get together at some point. Maybe grab a pizza or something and do some signing. Then you can get some pizza stains on your autographs. Anyway,
Yes, I bring you more sandwiches than Subway in a year. True fact. All right, my friends. As I say on my audition tape, that's it. Rewind.
So we'll call it a day for now. This has been a lot of fun, everybody. Really had a great time. Thank you all for showing up, and I can't tell you, how lovely it feels to be so well liked and well thought of, and I'm so glad that my characters have meant so much to you. This has been a terrific ride, and I'm so glad it's going to continue. And thank you, Streamily, and thank you, Andrew. We'll see you.